Fine. So did you also appear for the IELTS examination, or you just appear for the IELTS preparation classes?
No. I've given exam of IELTS Academy before.
Okay, great then. Fine. So yes, let me continue over here. So IELTS IELTS is an international, as the full form says, IELTS is an international English language testing system. It tests your different abilities, ability to speak, to write, to listen, and to read at the same time. So it is the combination of four modules, and being based on the same, your capabilities would be just over there, right? So, and talking about the full marks, or what to say, the overall band, it is of 9 band. Suppose if you are appearing for the IELTS examination, the overall mark would be 9 band over there. So writing, it is of 9 band, then reading, writing, listening, and so on, right? There are 4 modules altogether. So each band would be of 9 overall band, right? So this is the case. Actually, its definition is over here. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you, or only few of you are seeing this one?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Okay, great. So the IELTS is widely recognized test for the candidates who are ready to study, work, and stay in English-speaking countries. Actually, it is designed in combination with 3 entities. And suppose if you want to study abroad, then definitely this is the one you are looking for. And for those who are seeking to migrate themselves, or to work in those countries where English is the main medium of language or communication, that where IELTS is required, right? So it is owned by the 3 entities, or the 3 partners you can see over here. So the 3 partners are none other than the Universities of Cambridge School Examination, the main entity, and the British Council UK, and IDP Education Australia. These are the 3 entities who have developed an IELTS, and it is they are running IELTS examination in different parts of the world, right? Okay, so actually there are 2 test formats. The main one the students are looking for is none other than academic test, and the next one is general training test, right? So AC stands for academic test, whereas GT stands for general training. You can see over here, the cursor is showing over here, right? So let's talk about academic test. Academic module is for those candidates who wish to entry to the undergraduate or postgraduate, or for professional reasons. Even though it is written undergraduate over here, but those students who are applying for certificate level or diploma or advanced diploma as well, they are able to do, or they can go for academic test, and finally they can appear for its final examination, right? So this is about academic test or academic module. So how many of you are students over here and wishing to apply as a student to study abroad?
Me.
Okay,
Navin Dame.
Me,
name please.
Sudeep Dulal. Sudeep Dulal.
Navin Dame.
Okay, so let me check. Navin, are you a student, or you
Yes,
are?
sir. I am a student.
Okay, great. And could you please just let me know the name of Redmi Note 8 Pro?
Sudeep Dulal. Sorry, sir,
Sudeep.
I could not identify my identity.
Okay, so I request you to just rename over there. You can just rename your name,
Okay, sir.
and finally to be displayed
sir.
in that way. Okay, because it
Okay,
is
sir.
necessary to know even at the time of
Okay, sir.
speaking, I need to know who the person is speaking over here, right? So it
Okay,
is
sir.
really important. And sometimes I might ask some questions, and especially in case of speaking, I need to see your face. At the same time, I need to know your name, and so that I can make some quiz to you. And this is the best platform to rename yourself and to interact with other friends as well, and even to me. Great. So
Yes, sir.
it's fine. So yeah, and let's talk about GT. Sometimes just getting some information about GT is also essential. Why you are not doing GT, but you are going for academic test then, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So general training module GT is for those candidates who are wishing to apply for the what different jobs, or to apply for permanent residency, right? The details here says that this is for the candidates wishing for the entry to vocational or training programs for admission to secondary schools or for immigration purposes, right? So actually sometimes what would happen is that some kids might go for general training, but especially if the students who are particularly to study further and to enhance or to attain the international education or degree, they need to go for academic test. There is no options at all. But for those who are going for the what immigration purpose, means for PR related or for work specific matters or training purpose, they need to go for general training module of IELTS, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
talking about the about you all, how many of you are going for general training session of IELTS then?
That's me, sir. Rahul Zapage.
Okay, you are going for GT?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, good. Fine. So there would be some differences, and we'll be talking about those differences later on. So it's fine then. So can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about the models or the scores, sorry, sectors within IELTS. As I told you earlier that there are four models or sectors upon which IELTS score is judged or analyzed, or finally it is conducted, right? So can anyone over here tell me about the four models? It's time for Samir, please. Samir, you there?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you please tell me about the four modules or the sectors upon which IELTS is judged or analyzed?
So listening, speaking, writing, and then reading. I think. I think so.
Okay, Navin, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it, Samir is correct or wrong?
Yes, sir. He is correct.
Okay, great. That's fantastic then. So there are four modules. Let's talk about those four modules. The first one is listening, right? I would be talking about each of them, and finally I would be concluding later on. Okay, so in listening there are four sections. Previously there are four sections, but now it is slightly changed, and it is said four parts under it, right? So there would be 10 questions in each sections, and all total 40 questions would be there with varieties of options like fill in the blanks, match, or some keywords to be filled over there, right? So that
Yes, sir.
is how listening test is conducted. So can anyone please let me know about the total time duration for the listening test? Anyone over here?
1 hour. 1 hour.
Okay, who is this?
Samir Taman, sir.
Sorry.
Samir Taman.
Okay, Samir is saying 1 hour for listening, right? So red not 8 Pro. I forgot the name.
Sudeep Dulal, sir. Sudeep Dulal.
Okay, Sudeep. Sudeep, let
Yes,
me know if you have any ideas. What about the total time duration for the listening in actual examination of IELTS?
I think 30 minutes, sir.
Yes, exactly, Samir. Your attempt is good, but the total time for the listening section or listening part, I need to say, is 30 minutes, 30 to 33 minutes or something like that. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so there would be 30 minutes time. I'm showing over here from by through my cursor, and
Course, sir.
actually, yeah, you'd be getting 30 minutes time to listen, and you need to write the correct answer for the 40 spaces. It means there would be altogether 40 questions, right? So
Yes, sir.
how many parts over there in listening? How many total parts
Over.
would be there?
Four
Yes,
sections.
exactly 4. And previously 4 sections were said, but now sections have been replaced by parts, right? So you need to be
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Sometimes
Yes, sir.
there would be the we might have some recordings, audios or so, saying that now turn to the next section, or now to go to the first section, section 1, section 2, or something like that, right? But don't be confused that
Yes, sir.
the term section is replaced by part now onward. That is the general sense, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so, and the good news to share with you today is that you will be getting 10 minutes time to transfer your answers to an answer set there, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can do it over there. So after the completion of 30 minutes time, you would be getting 10 minutes time. So what you can do is that you can directly write over there in the question paper. Nobody else would be there to complain you why you are writing over there in the question paper, right? So and what you need to do is that you need to use the pencil, and finally you can do you can write time and again if you think that you are doing the mistakes there, and finally you can do the correction. And at the same time, eraser is mandatory, right? So sometimes
Yes,
what
sir.
would happen is that because of confusion or because of being in hurry, you might write some mistake words or sentences or the phrases. So you can erase that out and finally do the correction. So that is mandatory to have at the time of real examination. Sometimes IDP might provide you the pencil and the eraser, but be sure that at least you need to have those beforehand in case they are not able to offering those during the actual examination. Okay, so after okay, so after 30 minutes time, what would be there is that you'd be getting 10 minutes time to
10
transfer
minutes.
your answer to an answer sheet. So that is enough time for you so that you can even cross check what you have done over there. So if it is done, then you can even recheck what you have written over there. So that is to be done. Okay, so another thing that you need to be conscious enough is that candidates will hear the recording only once. You would be hearing the recording, I mean the tape would be played over there, right? The recording would be played only once. Sometimes what would happen is that there might be some technical errors or something like that, and in that case only you'd be getting the chance to listen the recording twice,
Twice.
right? But so
Yes, sir.
what you need to do is that do not expect the technical teams to replay the audio, but at least you need to be clear enough that you'd be just hearing the recording once. You'd be getting I mean you'd be hearing the recording just once during the examination, right? So if you
Yes.
are doing the same, then definitely it gives you the surety that you would be doing the best in the first attempt or so. That is the case. So after the 30 minutes, you'd be asked to transfer the answer to your answer sheet, and you'd be getting 10 minutes. In general sense, you'd be doing this in around 7 to 8 minutes easily. And even if you have completed your answers, transferring your answers within 7 to 8 minutes, do not forget to recheck the answers that you have written over there. It's it's you'd be getting initial, I mean 2 minutes is still remaining over there, right? So
Yes, sir.
what you need to do is that what you have done previously, whether that is okay or not. And especially in listening, there might be some constraint over there. Sometimes you would be asked to write only a single word, sometimes only 2 words, and other times you would be asking to write 3 words only. If you are writing 3 words instead of 2 words, then your answer would be incorrect over there. So I strongly advise you to go for the correction, even if you have completed transferring your answer within 7 to 8 minutes time. So even you need to utilize remaining 2 minutes, and finally you can submit your listening answer sheet to the people out there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any confusion regarding listening till this moment?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so fine. So next, let me go to the next. Okay, let's talk about reading. So before 8, can anyone let me know about reading? What would be the total time duration for reading?
1 hour.
Who is this speaking over here?
Sudip Dulal.
Okay, Sudip. Great, sorry. Okay, 1 hour. That is 60 minutes, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So let's talk about reading. There would be 3 sections over here. Is one of our friends who is joining today has said that he would be going for GT. It would be a bit different, right? I would be talking
Yeah.
about the difference regarding academic IELTS and general training IELTS later on. But I'm talking about reading at present over here. So there would be 3 sections. 3 sections, it means there would be different paragraphs, right? So each
Yes, sir.
section has different paragraphs, and sometimes the number of words or words would be from it may range from 1000 to 1200 words altogether, right? So altogether there would be 40 questions with multiple choice questions, single or some word options, and so on. So there would be varieties of questions altogether. And so altogether there would be 40 questions. You need to answer those questions, and you'd be also getting the separate answer sheet in order to write the answers correctly over there, right? So, but in 60 minutes time, what you need to do is you need to immediately transfer your answer if you have completed section first. First section. If you have completed first section, then you need to immediately transfer your answer to an answer sheet.
Answer sheet.
If you are not doing the same, then definitely what would happen over there is that you might, even if you have you have the correct answers, but you may not transfer those answers to answer sheet, and finally you are likely to miss the good marks over there, right? So like that of listening, you would not be getting any extra time or additional time to transfer your answer sheet. That's why it is strongly recommended that you need to transfer your answers immediately after you have finished its sections. Okay. Okay. So this is the case. And let me tell you one thing, that we might have been, I mean, the time might be collapse after 40 minutes of our session, and then again we would be rejoining over there, even if it is happening over there. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So, yes, in 60 minutes time, you need to finish this. And as I have written over here in the note section, that you will not be getting extra time to transfer your answer to an answer sheet like listening. So you need to be conscious enough and immediately transfer your answer after the completion of first section. And in reading, there would be different sections, as I said you, that there would be three sections or three section having different paragraphs, right? So if you are starting from section 3, no problem at all, right? You might start from section 2 initially as well. There wouldn't be any obstructions for you from the people who are taking care of the exam schedules and so on. Okay. And we
Yes,
will
sir.
be talking about what to focus first. And there would be different strategies that are required for reading. And most of the students, so far I have heard from them that they find reading a bit complicated, and it happens so as well, because we are not that much habituated towards it, right? So
Yes, sir.
we would be sharing good ideas and strategies, and definitely I hope that you can do the best even in case of reading if you follow those strategies. But at the same time, what is strongly recommended to you is you need to practice on your own, right? You need to. Otherwise, I'm just over here to assist you, to share some ideas and so on, but only sharing ideas is not enough for you. Until and unless you do yourself, it is really hard for me to expect the good score from my side. So we need to work together. If there is anything else, then you can just raise hand and do ask me further. And even at the end of the session, we would be having the question and Q&A sessions. You can ask some questions over there too. Okay, that is
Okay,
the
sir.
case.
Yes.
So okay, so next section, which one we are going to talk about? Can you guess?
Speaking or writing?
Writing.
Okay, let's check what we are going to do the next.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so writing,
Writing.
correct?
Writing.
Who is saying
Yes.
who is guessing previously?
I said writing.
Who said? Altogether we are
Navin.
six or oh,
Navin Dami.
Navin is there. Redmi, right?
Yes, sir.
Redmi Note.
No, sir. Navin Dami.
No, sir.
My
No,
name.
no, no. It's
Oh,
I've
not me.
written my name.
Navin Dami.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, I forget the name again.
Sudeep, sir, Sudeep.
Oh,
I will change after some time.
Sudeep.
You can
I'm
you
going
can
to
you can also
Sudeep.
rename
Yeah,
Miss.
Sudeep what?
Sudeep Dulal.
Dulal, right?
Ishwar
Sudeep.
Okay.
Brothers.
I think now I can see Sudeep Dulal over here. Congratulations, Sudeep. Your
Thanks,
name is
sir.
Yes,
renamed
sir.
over here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about writing over here. Okay, writing consists of two tasks, and it is same for what? Academic writing, academic IELTS, and GT. But the content or the type of questions would be a bit different over here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there would be task 1 and task 2. And in task 1, you need to write at least 150 words within 20 minutes time frame in task 1 of academic writing. And the time, the number of word, or I mean word limit for GT tax 1 is also same, and this should be completed within 20 minutes time frame, right? Here is academic.
Yes, sir.
Just I'm writing over here, but is I was focusing about academic IELTS, that's why, but not to panic, because the format is same, but the questions that would be asking over here, over there in the academic writing and general training, IELTS would be a bit different. We would be talking about those when we are actually initiating or dealing with writing specifically. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
in task 1, at least it is saying at least 150 words are to be written, and you'd be getting 20 minutes time. It means that after the completion of 20 minutes time, will you be getting any alarm or any signal to shift to task 2 in the actual examination? Do you think so?
Yes, sir. I think.
No, actually what is the fact is that even after the completion of 20 minutes, they would not allow you, or they would not advise you to go to task 2. No, it's not. But actually overall timing for writing is 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, right? So you need to
Yes,
be
sir.
self-conscious and you need to plan accordingly. And suppose if I allow you to just write tax 1 and tax 2 for today within 60 minutes time, then it would not be possible that you would be doing the same, because it might be sometimes 1 hour 30 minutes and even more for you, because you are not preparing that much till this moment. Okay, so this is
Yes,
the
sir.
fact. So we'll be practicing how to manage the at least 150 words within 20 minutes time frame, and at least 250 words within 40 minutes time frame for tax 2. So tax 2, you have to require at least 250 words in 40 minutes. But actually, in my strategy, we would not be using all 20 minutes for writing, but we would be having the brainstorming for about 2 to 3 minutes, and finally we'd be writing, right? So it
Yes, sir.
would be possible only when we are practicing, and we would be practicing the same even though we are doing the online sessions over here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so sorry, just wait. Just hold on. Okay, so altogether you'd be getting 1 hour, that is 60 minutes time, and you'd be writing different types of questions over there. In tax 1, for general training, there would be the letter to be written to different departments or so. For academic writings, you would be asked to explain about the graph. Sometimes there would be the graph,
Pie chart,
pie charts,
table.
Pie chart,
sometimes only pie charts would
maps.
be there, maps would be there. So we would be practicing all of those, right? So
Yes, sir.
at least you'd be able to have the general ideas on how to deal with different sorts of representation, graphical representations over there, right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
next to in academic writing, you'd be required to write an essay, right? But there might be different types of essays which we would be talking later on. This is the case.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one is speaking, right? So speaking would be there, and this session is of 11 to 15 minutes test, but because of the COVID-19 and its impact at this moment, we are just sometimes the examiners are just conducting the test for about 7 to 8 minutes or so. It's almost half of the actual examination test, because this is the test that you need to be self over there in the actual examination room, right? So one-to-one meeting would be conducted over there. Okay, one-to-one meeting would be there, but one-to-one face-to-face meeting should be there previously. But nowadays, different test centers are doing the test a bit differently. Sometimes what would happen over there is that there would be what to say, there would be the screen, television screen, right? And
Yes, sir.
Zoom live meeting would be conducted over there. So you need to be based on the same format what is being offered to you, and then you need to just do the needful and do the best over there. So but at least we need to practice that. We need to just create the concept that there would be 11 to 15 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, but mostly 11 to 13 minutes overall test would be there, right? So it is
Sir.
same whether you are appearing for the academic test or for the what general training. So no difference at all for the what speaking and listening. So only difference would be there for what writing and reading. If we just differentiate between general training IELTS and academic training, academic IELTS, that is the fact. Okay, their
Yes, sir.
speaking test has 3 parts. Sorry, there, yes, it has 3 parts or sections: section first, section second, and section third. And at least there would be 3 to 4 questions each. In first
Yes,
part,
sir.
you'd be asked about, asking about your name or where are you from or so, in the what section first or part 1, right? And that does
Yes, sir.
not contribute for the marks. Why it is so? Anyone knows? Sudeep?
Yes, sir. What are you saying? I am unable to hear you.
Okay,
Could you please once repeat?
okay, no problem at all. So in the speaking test, actually speaking test, there would be there would be altogether 3 parts there, right? So in part
Yes, sir.
1 or section first, you'd be asked some questions over there. Just your name, what is your good name, and where you're from, where are you from, or something like that. So, but it does not contribute for the marks. Why it is so?
Because it comes to the introduction part, I think. So it would
Yes,
not carry maximum
exactly.
marks.
So it is the introductory part, and it is designed in such a way that you would be feeling comfortable over there, right? In
Yes,
you
sir.
would
Yes,
be
sir.
feeling comfortable, and it might encourage you to speak more, being conscious, and the examination would be smooth further. In
Yes,
that
sir.
way, it is done. Okay, so this is the fact. Fine. So part 1 is basically the introductory one, and thereafter you'd be asking about the different types of questions, in a sense that you sometimes the questions would be about your hobbies, about the school or the college you are studying, right? About your favorite food or restaurants or something like that. And in part 2 is of 2 minutes. I mean, altogether 2 minutes you'd be getting the time to speak, but you'd be getting 1 minute time for the what short note or the clue, if you wish to write over there. And you'd be getting piece of paper and pencil along with the clue card. So you need to prepare the short notes or the clues within 1 minute time frame, and finally you need to speak for about 2 minutes. Okay, but due to COVID-19, if the examiner is sitting in front of you, definitely there are different safety precautions undertaken already, but they are not conducting as much as time they used to do before, right? It is because of the what the possible transmission of
COVID-19.
COVID-19. So I'm hearing some background noise over there. From where I'm Navin. Okay, no problem at all.
She is having online class too. That's why.
Okay, no problem at all. Sometimes it happens. We need to just accept some obstructions. Sometimes I might have been getting some noise from my side and so on. Sometimes phone calls would be there, right? Anyways,
Yes, sir.
but whatever you are doing, please you need to make sure that you are there in the room where no noise is expected. Okay, so you can
Yes,
only
sir.
focus on the strategies, on the ideas or the questions that I'm asking or I'm assisting you over here. So this is the case. So sorry. Okay, so this is the case. As I told you that because of the COVID-19 and its pandemic situation, The examiner or the different centers, either conducted by British Council or IDP, Nepal, they are conducting
Yes, sir.
conducting that speaking test for about 7 to 8 minutes only, and so that you need to make sure that you are doing the best you can. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this would be possible only when you are practicing over here. In speaking sections, we'd be just requesting. I would be requesting you to allow your video at the same time audio, right? Then sometimes I would be asking some questions to you, and then you would be answering. And rest of the other participants or other friends would be listening and commenting if there are any mistakes. At the same time, what are the good strength that you are doing over there? Okay, so
Yes,
that is
yes,
the,
sir.
Okay, sir.
and other times what I would be doing is that two of the speakers, I mean two of the participants, I mean sometimes Sudeep and Rahul would be talking over there, right? And we would be
Yes,
Yes, sir.
checking the fluency and different other factors which we would be talking later on. I would not ask you the questions initially because you are not knowing enough about the formats and different types of ideas while initiating the particular sections. So I would be first letting you know what are the different criterias that would be taken care into while offering the actual marks, and finally you would be asked to do so in practical ways. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the case. And now, any questions?
Good day, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, I have one.
Okay, please.
Sir, you said no previously there will be Zoom meeting at a speaking test.
No, not previously. Nowadays, because of the
Uh,
pandemic of
COVID-19.
COVID-19,
yeah,
some of the centers are doing the, what to say, they are doing the Zoom meeting over there. So you would be there in the separate room, and there would be, what to say, there would be the screen, right? And they would be
yes, sir.
asking the questions then, and the same would be recorded at the same time, right? Like I am recording this session today. So they would be
If
record.
there will be internet connection problem, then sir,
No, it would,
what will they do?
and if it is happening, then they would again starting the same. And sometimes what would happen previously as well, despite the impact of COVID-19, previously there wasn't such cases, right? Sometimes
Yes, sir.
students might have been there already for for the score, for the test,
Yes, yes,
speaking test. And what had
yes, sir.
happened to some of them is that their recording or their scores was not there, and again they requested, they called the applicants or the student, and finally they again be there in the test
Recorded.
centers, conducted they conducted their speaking
Just
test,
again,
and
sir.
finally score was delivered. It happens
Okay.
sometimes, so we
Yes,
cannot
sir.
challenge the technical errors in some cases. Clear,
Yes, sir.
Navin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions regarding today's presentation?
No, sir.
Okay,
So tomorrow will be the same ID and password.
yeah, if there is any change, then definitely we would be just letting you know through the different connections that we are together today. No worries.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so we can make a Viber group, sir,
Yeah,
and
that could
you
be,
can
but
you can send us the link over there.
okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem. But later on,
That
we can
that
do
will
that.
be better.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
that will be better.
even be connected through the same too. We would be doing the same from tomorrow onwards. Okay.
So
Okay, we can
tomorrow
we can
same
So
time,
exchange
sir.
we can exchange our
yeah,
9:15.
same
numbers.
time. Is this fine for you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So those students those students or friends, your friends who might be thinking about the same, you can share